Is the other stock on our radar. It's surging post its numbers. Mangalam joins us to run us through the fine print. Well, Mangalam, as you told us earlier today, when you had joined, that time they were doing annual revenues of close to 10,000 crores. Now, on a quarterly basis, they're doing 5,000 crores. Good going, eh?
Good going for Nestle. In fact, strong gross margin improvement is what stands out this time around for them. The stock hitting a fresh record high as well. That's not all. The 1:10 stock split that the company has announced as well is something that the street likes. Most would have expected, 1:5, etc., because the face value was 10 itself. And to add to that, the company's EBITDA margins have also expanded by a good 70 to 80 basis points. If you just take a look at it, the revenues crossed that 5,000 crore mark, 5,037 crores compared to street expectations of 5,142. That's a mild miss, but I'll tell you why the street is not worried about that. The EBITDA coming in at 1,224 crores. The street was working with a number of a little over 1,200 crores. And the net profit came in at 908 crores versus expectations of 805 crores. The other 100 crores came in on account of an exceptional gain. Now, the domestic volumes grew by about 4%. Again, in line with, largely in line with expectations of 5 to 7%, mildly below out there. Domestic revenue growing 9%. At the same time, the export revenue, which is about 5% of their revenue, that dipped 6.5% versus expectations of 12 to 15% growth. And that's where largely the miss on the revenue has been. So nothing really to worry about. The gross margins, they've expanded by about 370 basis points versus street expectations of 80 to 100 basis points itself. And as a result of which, the EBITDA margins have jumped 220 basis points year on year. And the companies increased their ad spends. Despite that, we've seen a big jump in the EBITDA itself. The management said that domestic sales have actually grown double digit on account of mix, volume and price. E-commerce is doing well for them as well. And going forward, because of the healthy milk flush season, they will see further deterioration in milk prices, which is good for them because that means that the margin expansion that the company has reported this time around is likely to continue for the next few quarters. And the second half, obviously, we will see a better sales mix as well on account of festive season. So all these things in the near future look good for them, as a result of which the stock doing better.
Okay, got that, Mangalam. Thanks very much. Explains, the initial volatility on the stock. And finally, I think the market's made up its mind. Seems to be quite happy with Nestle, specifically that stock split also aiding sentiment. We have Amrish Baliga